Hey, hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are all having a good Friday. Made it through another work week. Hope you guys are all doing good today. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. As always, on Friday, we're going to be going over some of the news, a lot of the cool stuff that's been going on in the comic book community. We got a lot of big stuff that happened over this last week. I've also got some I got some videos to show you guys as well. We're going to be doing some reacts. I'm really excited about them. Last time I tried doing it, I couldn't get the audio working, but I believe I got that all fixed up right now. Right now, we got Preston in the house. What's going on? Lyle Hobson, what's going on, buddy? And Mr. Negative. I'm doing very well, man. I hope you're doing good, too. So first up, as always, we're going to be going through some of the new comic book day books that I got for new comic book day. It was a really small week, so we're not going to be spending too much time on it. And to be honest, a lot of the books really weren't that good either. We had some solid ones, but overall just a very mad week. What's going on, Hugh? Hope you're doing well tonight, buddy. All right, everybody. How'd your new comic book day go? What stuff did you grab? Look, like I said, light week for you guys, but I mean, we had a couple good ones. The first one that I'm going to be talking about today, we got Silver Surfer Ghostlight. Oh, this was such a bad issue in my opinion. I didn't like this one at all. Like, I feel like there's pretty much nothing about this issue that I actually enjoyed. William Moreno, what's going on, buddy? I mean, the artwork was probably the coolest thing about this issue was the cover. I mean, that's a pretty cool cover. I'm going to be real with you. I don't think I don't know. The artwork's not that great. The story's, I hate to call it god awful, but the story kind of sucks too. So I'm definitely not going to be continuing off this series. Anybody else reading this one? Mr. Negative, my top two were Rogue Sun, then Moon Knight. Moon Knight was surprisingly really good. I mean, I really enjoyed the last issue too, so I guess it really isn't that surprising. But I did thoroughly enjoy that one. Rogue Sun, I'm really disappointed I haven't been reading that one. I only hear good things about it. Paul Bowler. What do you think about Flash, Wonder Woman, Daredevil all rebooting and getting new creative teams? To be real, the Wonder Woman Flash doesn't really bother me all that much. I'm pretty sure they're in the 700s at this point for the issues. So, I mean, if they're rebooting it to a 1 or they're just giving it a brand new creative team, makes sense to me. Daredevil, though, that one kind of bugs me, mainly because Daredevil, they restarted it with Chip Zdarsky on, and I'm pretty sure it's the same artist on there as well. So they had, 30-ish issues just to restart it with a #1 to get new readers on there. But at that same rate, it kind of picked up where the other series left off. So the first couple of issues were a little tough to get through because I didn't really understand what was happening. But everything is really awesome now. But I was reading that they're probably ending it, July or August, sometime around there. And I didn't see that they were giving it another restart, but I saw that they were going to probably be ending it around that time. So that kind of sucks. Nothing. What's going on, buddy? K-Bar, what's going on, man? Live stream, yeah, let's go. Man, I'm glad you tuned in. I hope you're having a good day, bud. The next one that I'm going to talk about real quick with you guys, Breath of Shadows 2, not bad. That one came out, I think it was last week. I thought it was just really... Actually, I think I got that one right here, too. Let's see. Maybe I don't have it right here. But seriously, that one was okay. I think the first issue was a lot better. The second one felt way more rushed, in my opinion. But then we got Almighty. This is another one from Image. So the only reason I actually grabbed Almighty and Silver Surfer was because of how light the week was. I didn't really like this first issue either. It really wasn't that bad. It was just, it was just okay. But I feel like this second issue we didn't really do much in the second one either. It's like if you would have just picked this second issue up and you didn't read the first one, you probably would have been fine with it. Cyan Quad, I'm behind on comics, but I can say the Flash is bangers. Flash that good? I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure it's like issue 790 something at this point. But Kmar says, "Yep, having a good day. Hope you and everyone in the chat is." Yeah, I hope everyone in the chat's having an awesome day. I'm so glad you guys are here at Hangout. I hope we have a fun time. It's gonna be a fun stream. But the second issue, it's still just our two main characters. I think their name is Del and Fail, Del and Fail, and the girl on the motorcycle is still trying to get the other girl back to, I think it's Lonergan City or wherever she has to take her. But you just saw their relationship grow a little bit more. Nothing too crazy happened in it. But that probably was the best part of it, is you got to see them kind of out of their normal, like, ready to go, like, on edge the entire time. You saw him kick back a little bit. So that was cool, but either way, still very okay in my opinion. Mr. Negative Flash has been amazing lately. Sad to see them change the creative team. I mean, that's cool. That's really good, though. When I see a series that's 700 plus issues, I typically won't go for it, but I'm glad I found your channel and similar ones because you can dislike a comic, but not be a dude bro like those YouTubers. Oh, man, I appreciate that. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. I mean, as far as the comics go, I tend to read whatever I can. I like a lot of the indie stuff. I am a bit more negative towards Marvel books. Not as much DC, even though I don't read as much DC. But Marvel, they haven't been that good lately. But I try to give you my honest opinion without spoiling too much for you. Anyone finding the quality of Marvel books poor? Mine always needed pressing. Man, dude, Marvel books, I don't think, I'm going to be honest, I don't think any of these this week were really that bad. Oh, Mike, no. I take that back. We're gonna talk about this. I actually totally forgot about talking about this in my ongoing video. I think this is about 3 weeks in a row now that I got a Marvel book where, check this out, where the pages aren't even attached in the center. This is literally, I think, 3 weeks in a row I got a book like this. And I know it's kind of my bad luck. I could probably just look at it while I'm there. But yeah, Moon Knight, the middle pages weren't even attached. And it was this one. And I'm pretty positive I got the other one sitting right here. Because I know it was Marvel, and I'm pretty positive it was last week's. Let's see. Let's see if I can get it real quick. Yeah, because lucky for me, I didn't actually put them away yet. Yeah, I remember going through it, and I was like, no, that's absolute crap that it's going to be like that. Lucky for me, I don't read a lot of Marvel anymore. Yeah, price of staples going up. Now, that's another reason to jack the book up again. I wonder which one it was. Maybe it was Venom? Maybe it wasn't last week. Maybe it was... Oh, no, here it is. There's Venom. They weren't attached at the bottom. There's the second one. And I think Cosmic Ghost Rider was fine from what I remember. Yeah. No, wait. Yeah, Cosmic Ghost Rider was fine. But that was, yeah, so 2 weeks, 100%. But I'm pretty positive I had one the week before that as well. Like, they're just not attached. These books come in such horrible condition, too. But now that I had Moon Knight out, this issue was awesome. I'm disappointed that, you know, the quality is so bad. But seriously, where was it? Marvel's not been good for... Yeah, Marvel hasn't been good for the last 5 years, I can tell you that. Oh, nothing. Random says, I know you're a Berserk fan. Do you recommend the show or the movie? No, I don't recommend that. If there is one, because I didn't see it on Soap or HBO. No, I don't recommend the Netflix ones. There's another one. I think it was... I don't remember what the other one is, but I really recommend the books over those. My LCS is slipping. Man, I'm telling you, they keep getting really bad books. A lot of this shit is all messed up. We also tend to be way more critical of the books characters we've read more of. I'm a massive X-Men nerd, so I tend to be very, very critical of their books way more than, say, Doctor Strange. That's how I've been with Spider-Man. That's why I say it's, like, damn near unreadable with the ASM run and all these other just Spidey series that they keep pumping out. It really is, at this point, just, like, it's just been so bad. Let's see. Oh, wait, what did Arceus say? Marvel's been... I don't know if it's been, you know, I think I said I agree with you, but I don't know if it's been like a whole 5 years, but there has been some really good ones. Like Science said, you know, Miles Morales, I didn't really like Valkyrie, but Daredevil is great. The Venom run from Cates started off really good. Strange Academy is also great as well. So I can at least, you know, Sign, he just referenced some pretty solid books in my opinion. Let's see, CAKS, increased price, decreased cost of material equals more money for Marvel. Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, what was, let's see what X-23 was before I talk about Moon Knight, because I think X-23, usually their brand new books are like $5.99 or $4.99. Yeah, $4.99 for the brand new X-23 book. Had to get the Stormbreakers variant. These are always just okay. I really like just cover A's usually. But every once in a while, I got to get one of these turd covers. It's not a bad one, though. It is what it is. I can agree. Punisher is also really good. That's what it is, the 97 anime. I knew there was something else. I have watched some of that. I haven't watched all of it. I think I saw up to when, oh my gosh, it's been so long. Uh, where he got the Bailet and everything. Oh my goodness, Griffin. When Griffin got the Bailet and everything started to change. That's what I watched up to. I don't know how much more there is after that, but I didn't watch a whole lot. These books are getting pretty expensive. I mean, what was it? Actually, that one's worth the price. There's some that are even more than that usually. But before we get into X-23, check out Moon Knight real quick. Moon Knight was a fun one. The last issue was the start of the brand new arc, and this one was just... It was so cool. I really enjoyed this one. I'm getting a little tired of all the vampire shit, and I feel like they're slowly working away from that. Last issue introduced a villain. It wasn't a first appearance or anything, but we got the ghost in the telephone. It's basically this random dude or whatever it is. It calls, and they play a sound or they do something through the phone, and it causes whoever's listening to just do some off-the-wall crazy shit. Well, this one, we had a DJ in a club, and that person basically did the same thing, and that's what the issue kind of focused on. But they really went back to the earlier issues, in my opinion, with Moon Knight, and you really get to see just some of the... him being more of a detective. There's a mystery behind, everything going on. It's not just Moon Knight saying, all right, we got to take this group down. We got to go mess them up, and we got to go fight some bad guys and take down just a supervillain. And that's just not how it's been with these last couple of issues, so I hope they continue on with that path. Let's see, Mr. Negative. Art is really amazing in this series, too. Oh, yeah, I kept thinking of a different name. I was like, is that a misspelling? But yeah, Capuccio. The art is actually pretty nice compared to some of the other modern Marvel stuff, in my opinion. Jake Lockley was awesome, too. Yeah, I like that. I like that they finally incorporated him. At the time, it kind of felt more of... when they first brought back Jake Lockley, I was like, oh, they're only doing this because of the TV show. But I kind of like how he's slowly been in there just as like the driver. But it was overall a really cool issue. Now, X-23, I talked pretty highly of it during the top 5 list. It didn't make the top 5 list because the other books were a lot better. I think if you're interested in learning more about Laura Kinney and just X-23 in general, I do think this is a good jump-on point. Now, this is going to be a spoiler, but if you did want to jump into this, there's a character. Her name is Chimera, and... like I said, it is going to be a spoiler, but who that character is, they don't explain in this issue. So if you're jumping into it and you're like, okay, is this just a new character? Like, who is this lady? Chimera used to be Laura Kinney's handler when she used to not be in control of herself. And she had like the attack pheromones or whatever. She basically controlled Laura Kinney. So she is still alive and she is going back after her again. So you would be not lost. You just wouldn't have a full understanding. So that's who she is. They did have a first appearance in this one, too. I don't remember his name. It's kind of like, I'm not even going to check it out. It's like a boxer or something, but I'm interested to see where they go with it. It was a fun first issue. That's a really nice X-23 cover. I think I just got done calling it a turd. It's not bad, though. I just really like cover A's. I like that the different personalities are starting to work together. Yeah, because that's it. When they first, I'm telling you, I always talk about those first... like, not first couple of issues, but I think when they started to hit, like, number 10, and 10 through 20, 10 through, like, 16 or 17, I think they really started to just throw shit together in the Moon Knight series, and I didn't really think it was all that good. I was even debating on dropping it for a hot minute, but they really they wrapped up that last arc pretty well, and I think it led into the next one, and I like that one issue where they did bring all of the personalities together to try to figure things out. So it's gotten better. It started off really strong, and it definitely fizzled out a bit, but I do really like where it's at right now. Let's see. We'll talk about this one super quick. I feel bad because I don't really have too many positive things to say about it, but we got Stoneheart. This is a new one from Image, written by Emma Kubert. I should talk about that a little bit, too. Moon Knight's by McKay. I think his name's Jed McKay. Almighty's LaRoche, and then Silver Surfer Ghostlight's John Jennings. So I at least need to, give them props. I don't know who did this one for the X-23. X-23 was written by, I think it's Emily or something along those lines. Erica Schultz. X-23 is written by Erica Schultz. Let's see. After not reading the last few issues of new ASM surprised me. It wasn't great, but I'm interested. I don't care. I'm sorry. I don't care how good it is. I can't keep wasting my money on ASM. I officially stopped getting it. I've actually been picking them up. I haven't been reading them because it's not good, but Spidey's my favorite character, and I thought, you know what? Might as well at least get them. And no, I couldn't do it to myself. Like I said, I kind of feel bad. I don't really have too many positive things to say about this one besides the artwork. I really like the artwork. I think the characters were really fun. She did a good job writing them, and I will admit it is an interesting plot line. So here's a little bit of the art. I actually really like the art. I think it's pretty interesting. The thing is, to me, is that I'm not too interested in just like fantasy magic type books. It's not my thing. So reading through it, knowing that it's going to be a storyline like that, I was like, it's just not for me. I don't have something negative nor positive to super say about it. I might continue on with it though. Like I said, for someone who's not really interested in it, it was interesting. However, though, AWA, we got Black Tape. I know people in chat gotta be reading Black Tape. This series is the shit. I'm a big fan of it. I think they've done a great job with it. I think the artwork is great. The story is 2 issues in out of 4. And if you guys know AWA is just, they do it. They make it work, and they always kill it. So here's the artwork for this one. So we got Dan Panasian writing it, and I think his name, it's Dalibor. I always mess his name up. Dalibor Talajic. I don't know exactly how to say that name. But they did a wonderful job on this one. We got our main character. Her name is Cindy. She's still doing detective work, trying to figure out what is going on with her deceased husband, Jack. And he's pretty much part of a cult, or he worships the devil, some shit like that. But there's so much stuff going on in this series. She's going around. She's trying to figure out what her deceased husband's been up to. And she's trying to figure out, was he a good guy? Was he kidnapping people? Like worshiping the devil? Like, what is he doing? But he's gotten his entire clique of just his managers, the people he did band with. And we don't know who's on Cindy's side and who's against her, because everyone's so friendly to her, saying, oh, anything you need, we got you, we'll help you. But somebody's also after her. It's very, very cool. Saiyan said, I read ASM 21 but didn't buy it. I bought All-Star Superman though. That's good. I'm guessing you didn't really like ASM, or maybe you checked it out and whatever, but this is the last one. This is actually the last book that I picked up. Well, I did grab I had to read Children of the Black Sun issue 3 digitally. My shop got shorted on them, so I had to grab it digitally. Another really good issue. A lot of stuff was going on in that one. But this is the last one I grabbed. This one has a $5.99 price tag on it. This is the foil cover. They did a great job with the foil right there in the center. It's not bad like the blue book though. Look at this. This is the foil variant. There it is, folks. Right there. That's ridiculous to me. But this one was so cool. It's an oversized issue. A lot of cool shit's going on in it. So I'm not going to be really explaining it too much, but we got our main character. He's a detective, and in the world that they live in, it's like everyone can create their own world using something called the veil. They can put up whatever colors they want, whatever time period they want, whatever they basically want to see through these veils, they can. And that's pretty much what everybody does, except the detective. He wants to see the world as it is, and there's a lot of crazy shit happening in that one. And they did a great job building up the character, developing the plot. I think it's only 3 issues, and it is originally a comicsology book. So if you read comicsology, then I'm sure it's already out. We can check out if the other ones are already out still. But yeah, those are all the books I grabbed for New Comic Book Day. Let me know which ones you really liked, which ones you grabbed. Lyle says, I bought Superman 46, 1947 UK copy. Oh, that's cool. This one's called Clear. I'm going to bring it up when I start going over other news and all that other crazy stuff. But this one's really cool. Here's a quick glimpse of the artwork as well. This one's written by, we got Scott Snyder and then Francis Manipool on the art, so you already know this is going to be a good one. But here's the artwork. Big, oversized issue. Totally worth it, in my opinion. Yeah, check out some of that artwork. Yeah, this is awesome. Definitely check this one out. This is worth it. To me, out of all the books that I buy, all the books that I read, for $5.99, I don't think that you could get any other comic this week for, like, your best bang for buck. I feel as though, as far as the plot goes, the quality of the book itself, the artwork, everything about this is probably the best way to spend your money on a new comic this week, assuming you're interested in that type of stuff like crime and detectives and shit. But it was I really enjoyed it. Really nice stylized art. Yeah, art is ridiculously clear. It really is top notch. Francis Manpool always kills it though. These off to the side. All right. So that's all the stuff for New Comic Book Day. Like I said, chat, hit me up which ones you really enjoyed, which ones I didn't end up grabbing that I probably should have. But let's take a quick peek at some of the cool news, because we got a lot of news this week. We're going to go through some of the comic book related news. I got some TV, Marvel news for movies as well. And then we're going to wrap it up. I got some cool videos to check out with you guys too. Present no, but we do have internet up here. I'm going to be honest. I'm really surprised you have not only do you have internet up there, but it seems as though it's pretty good internet. I live in a city and my internet sucks. So the fact that you are up in the middle of nowhere and have good internet blows my mind. Blows my mind. Let's see.
All right.
This to me. All right.
Chat, this is probably my favorite thing that I'm going to be talking about today. So, I'm not a fan of Donny Cates and Ryan Ottley Hulk run, like, at all. I really don't think it's good. Going to be honest with you guys, I actually think it's pretty terrible. But it says we are going to be getting a new Hulk ongoing series. Writer Phil Kennedy Johnson, who's doing the Alien series right now, and the artist is Nick Klein, who's doing the Thor series. That's what the cover is going to be. I am so excited for this one. Let's see. My mic is echoing.
Let's see. Let me double check. This is better. All right, cool. Awesome. Yeah, I think my speaker picked up on it for whatever reason. All right, so awesome. So this Hulk series, we're going to be getting a brand new Hulk ongoing. I mean, look at that cover. That cover alone is going to be legit. So, however, it says Ryan Ottley and Donny Cates' Hulk is coming to an end next month. My God, seriously though, that Hulk run was fucking abysmal. That Hulk run was god awful. The artwork, I mean, it was all right. It's Ryan Ottley's artwork. As much as I like his art, and I think it is the only redeeming quality from that Hulk series, I just don't think Ryan Ottley's artwork should have been on the Hulk series. I don't know. I always view Hulk as just a little bit grittier. I think whatever was going on, I think what Bennett was on the Immortal Hulk series. I just think that's just what I want to see from the Hulk. And the fact that Nick Klein is going to be doing it and his artwork is phenomenal on Thor, I think it's going to be perfect for Hulk. I'm just glad we're done with that Jefferson Star. Dude, that Starship Hulk was so stupid. I skipped it, but I'm digging this upcoming creative team. Oh, I'm telling you it's going to be good. If you guys are interested in monsters like Alien, Predator, well, Kennedy Johnson's not on Predator, but he's doing a bang-up job on Alien right now. So it says that it's going to be launching in June, so not too much longer. All we got to do is make it through one more crap issue and then like a month. So it says that he's best known for Alien and Marvel Zombies Resurrection, which is also a really good series if you haven't checked it out. Johnson will take Bruce Banner to sinister new depths when a war of monsters erupts with Hulk at its center. Following his explosive run on Thor with Donny Cates, Nick Klein's skill at capturing the Hulk's fearsome rage and his panache for body horror will make this the most terrifying book on stands. Do I believe it's going to be the most terrifying book on the stands? No, but am I super excited for it? Absolutely. Yeah, Philip Kennedy Johnson he's on Action Comics too? I didn't know that. I didn't know he was on that one. Let's see. Johnson teased Return to Hulk Monsters' roots of more of what's to come. The significance that we're finally bringing back the classic title, Incredible Hulk, is not lost on me. It's a tremendous honor, and Nick and I have the clearest possible vision of what we want to do with this story. Nick Klein's a genius, and working with him is pushing me to write a story worthy of its best. Let's see. He then mentions that the work that he did with the Immortal Hulk was so impactful and spoke so clearly to me personally, it was impossible to come up with an idea that wasn't inspired by it. See, that's the crazy thing. is going from the Immortal Hulk to this Hulk series. Well, not this current one that I'm talking about, but the one that Donny Cates is on. That is like, I don't even know how to describe that. It's night and day. The Immortal Hulk was fantastic. Did I get a little bit bored towards the end? I mean, a little bit here and there, but I just feel as though that was just, it was such a good Hulk series. And now the fact that Kenny Johnson's talking about potentially going back to that type of horror vibe, we want to get back to just the Hulk roots. He's a monster. That's what I want to see. With Nick Klein's artwork, oh my God, it's going to be so good. He also did Superman World. Well, that's a tongue twister. World Run. So he's no stranger to writing OP monsters. Dude, that's going to be so sweet. Nick Klein does have some awesome covers. And it says, we're getting back to Stan Lee's Frankenstein, Jekyll and Hyde inspirations for the character, giving the readers a proper monster book in the best, truest Hulk tradition. If you loved Immortal Hulk, if you love ghost stories, if you love Marvel monsters, if you love the old school Adventure of the Month stories from books like Marvel Team Up, and if you want the best, most timeless Hulk art you'll ever see, you do not want to miss the return of Incredible Hulk. My man obviously has to hype up his own book, but if that doesn't get you excited for this new Hulk title, I don't know what will. It's monsters. We're going back to the Immortal Hulk. We're hitting the OG shit for the Hulk. It's going to be so good. I think that's pretty much it for this one, but it's going to be legit. Absolutely legit. I don't know what you guys think about it, but I'm beyond excited. This might be, see, I didn't even know this was coming out until they talked about it the other day, or they announced it the other day, but this might be the one series that I've heard about so far this year that I'm looking forward to most. 100%. Hell yeah. Ideal City Comics, what's going on, buddy? I haven't seen you pop in. I'm cautiously optimistic. But I haven't read something I haven't liked from Philip Kennedy Johnson, so I can only have a positive experience. KO, what's going on, buddy? Oh man, I'm doing really good. I hope you're doing good too. I appreciate you popping in. I know what time is it where you're at now? I think you said it's was it 7 hour difference or a 10-hour difference or something like that? KO, man, we got a brand new Hulk series on the way. Oh, it's 11:30. Yeah, so it's so 7 hours. So brand new Hulk series. It's written by Philip Kennedy Johnson, and the artwork is going to be done by Nick Klein. And just a super quick recap on it, KO. He's going back to the original roots of the Hulk. He's taking inspirations from the Immortal Hulk. He wants to do just like more monster stuff. He wants to treat the Hulk like the monster he is. He said he's going to be returning more to like the Stan Lee's Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type of scenario. It's going to be, I'm super excited for it. Yeah, it's going to be an ongoing series, so it should be monthly. I don't think it mentioned anything about how often, but I can only assume it's probably going to be like every month. Yeah, I don't think it says anything about it. Wednesday, June 21st. So the end of June is when it's going to first arrive. Oh, on your way to say Scream. Yeah, KO. The end of June, June 21st. I hope that Scream movie's good, man. I've been hearing really positive things about it, so that's pretty cool. But the next thing, so I thought this was pretty interesting. I'm not, it's Marvel's What If, the TV show, so we'll see how it goes. I think when I did my tier list for Marvel Phase 4, I think I put the What If in the C category. I'm pretty sure I gave it a C. There were some episodes that were really good, but there were some other really bad ones. So overall, I just threw it in the C category. But it looks like in this show, we're going to be getting a brand new character. It says Marvel's What If introduces new Native American superhero Kahori. It says it's going to be for season 2 with an episode centering on a pre-colonized North America. So introduce, there we go, blah, blah, blah. A young woman named Kahori in a blog post on its website, according to Marvel What If, asked what happened if the Tesseract fell into Earth and landed in the sovereign Haudenosaunee Confederacy before the colonization of America. Tesseract takes on new life and new mythology, transforming a lake into a gateway to the stars and leading Kahori, a young Mohawk woman, on a quest to discover her power. So that's pretty cool. We're going to be getting a new character. I mean, that honestly sounds really interesting to me. I'm always down for Marvel to throw a new character out there, see what sticks, go from there. Circumstances, what's going on, buddy? So like I said, probably not going to stick on this one entirely too long. We can maybe talk about, what do you guys think about this one? I don't think it really says anything else about that. Let's see. Some speculated she could be Echo or a gender-bent version of the Native American Captain America Joe Gomez for United States of Captain America issue number 3. That series, I don't know if you guys actually read that series, United States of Captain America. I think it was a lot better than a lot of people thought it was. I actually really enjoyed it. Norin Rad, hey, what's going on, buddy? They went too far from source material for me. I get that. I got the What If omnibus behind me. I really like What If. I always like the, well, what if this happened instead type of thought. So that's always cool to see. I just think some of the episodes just really weren't good at all. And to me, it was a little tough. I had a hard time getting past the animation for some of it, and I can only assume that we're doing the same animation for this one. So, we'll see. Let's see. Looks worth a watch. It's only 30 minutes anyway, so not bad if I end up not liking it. See, that's the thing. That's the thing that I was just thinking about. It's 30-minute episodes. If I was able to get through all of She-Hulk, I mean, yeah, I can easily pump through this too. If she's Echo, that's cool. That'd be very interesting to see. I'd also be interested to see if they do make that. So where was that? The Native American Captain America Joe Gomez from the United States of Captain America issue 3 series. Because that was a really cool character too. I thought all of the Captain Americas that they introduced were really cool. Whatever your top 3 favorite ongoings right now, I'm going with Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Action Comics, and Strange Academy. Ooh, Cyan, dude, that's tough, man. Top 3 ongoings. So based on ongoings, I'd probably have to put it with only Marvel, because a lot of the indies I'm reading, well, actually I do have some ongoings from indies. That's tough. I'd say Ice Cream Man's got to be number 1 though. I love Ice Cream Man. I'd put the Silver Coin at number 1 or number 2 as well, but they took a nice break from that, but I guess technically that is an ongoing series. I really like horror. So I'd probably have to put Ice Cream Man and the Silver Coin at number 1, number 2, and yeah, shit. It's probably Something Is Killing the Children. Those are probably all interchangeable as my top 3. I love all those series. I think they're all fantastic. But then, I mean, top 5, I'd probably have to throw Philadelphia in there too. Maybe. I probably wouldn't put Department of Truth in there. That shit's all over the place. There's certain issues from Department of Truth that I really love, but for the most part, it's, I don't know. They kind of really went away from the store, like the main plot, and they've been all over the place. But I will say, as far as Marvel goes, I'm probably going to have to put Miles Morales Spider-Man. It's only, 3 issues, but if we're counting the last run and kind of this run, definitely top 3. I can agree with Strange Academy as well. I think that's been overall like just a breath of fresh air to Marvel. Then we got, so Mur Island Jim says Carnage, Daredevil, and Something's Killing Children, and Circumstances also threw Moon Knight in there too. So if I had to pick between Moon Knight and Carnage, I'd probably go with Moon Knight only because there's more issues than Carnage, and I'd say I probably dislike the same amount of issues so far between both series. So there's only 11 of Carnage. I probably didn't like maybe 4 or 5 of them. Moon Knight, 21 issues. I probably didn't like about 5 or 6 of them. So at that rate, I'd probably have to pick Moon Knight, especially since we're kind of back to the beginning of how the series first started. I really like that. Norn Rag, Ghost Rider. Man, I thoroughly enjoy Ghost Rider. My shop missed out on, I think, issue 6 or issue number 7. It's issue number 7 for me. So I only read up to 6, and I really like that. I really kind of bummed at myself for at least not continuing to pick the other issues up and just grab 7 whenever I could. But I definitely need to pick that series up. It was really good when I was reading it. Oh, K-Bar, the Sunday edition. It is. I really highly recommend that for anybody that didn't get it. I didn't open mine because I have all the issues, but I wanted it for my collection. Hardcover, cover price is $45, and I think organic price books or cheap graphic novels has it for like $35. But just to help you guys out insanely quick, I'll bring something like that up. Oops. Let's see. Let's check out cheap graphic first. I always check them first, then I go to organic. So let's see if they got the Sunday edition on here. Is this it? Sunday edition, $31. It's got issues 1 through 15. So if you're interested in Ice Cream Man, like even remotely, this is something to pick up. But I will admit, I think it was around it's pushing towards issue number 20. Maybe it's like 17 or 18. They started doing things a little bit differently. And it went from kind of this horror story to making you really think, and it kind of hits you in the feels with some of those issues. So I think volume 2 is probably going to be the best volume to read, but man, Ice Cream Man is overall really, really good series. Let's see. Little Monsters ending at 13. I'm pretty disappointed at that. It's been a lot of fun though. It really is. This is an absolute steal, $32. But what I will say is, with cheap graphic novels, you don't get shipping. So let's see. Let's see what I gotta sign. All right, well, I'm not doing that. But I think shipping's usually like $5 or $6. Let's see. Chroma, Nornrad. Chroma's been really cool too. That's a fun one. Oh, Chroma was canceled, Mur Island? No way. Oh, Mur Island. That's also the last issue that I read with Wolf. No, I didn't read. I read that one, and then I read the one right after that where he was, I think, removing a demon or something from somebody's body in a bar. That was the last one that I read. Oh, no way. I gotta check out Chroma. Let's see. Fucking M button sticks. How do we know it got Where'd you see that it got canceled? Rabbit Comics. Oh, yeah, man, couldn't believe it with my Chroma. No way. Well, let's figure this out. Yeah, Chroma was so good. How the hell could they cancel Chroma? So 4-issue series. I was going to say, I think it was only supposed to be a 4-issue series. In shops April 12th. Chroma is canceled. I'm seeing, yeah, KO's saying it too. Oh, no, there's no way. If this is supposed to be the miniseries finale, there's no way they cancel a 4th issue. They couldn't just ride that one out. All the crap that Marvel does, they couldn't just ride it out with one more issue for us. That would be upsetting. That would suck. Chroma 4 not coming. Let's see. Well, Well, it doesn't say. It doesn't show the variant covers. What's today's date? The 10th. I don't know. That's a tough one. Well, I see KO say it. Mur Island said his poll list got canceled. I hope you guys are wrong, though. I really hope you guys are wrong. This was a fun read. This had gorgeous artwork. This might be some of the best artwork so far of the year. Didn't let me down at all. So hopefully you guys are wrong. I believe you, but I hope you're wrong. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Then there's no chance to even trade weight it. It's just not worth it. That sucks. I saw this one pop up, and I didn't check out any of these books yet. I saw 10 canceled Spider-Man books that should be revived, and I wanted to see, like, all right, well, maybe we'll check these out. We'll see what they had on here. Maybe they mean after 4. See, that's what I hope. A Place in Space, my LCS refunded me. I really hope I'm wrong, too. I keep thinking, oh, man, but see, you got refunded. If you got refunded, then either something happened or they canceled it. But I can't imagine they would cancel the 4th issue, like the 4th and final one. The problem is that the way the series was, it seemed as though that it was going to be an ongoing series, or at least well over 4, maybe 8 or something. But it didn't feel like they could have possibly wrapped it up. That's just my take. That's the feeling I was getting from reading the series. I just assumed they were going to kind of push it on like they did with Nice House on the Lake. But that sucks, especially because the other thing that sucks is that they were what, $8 books, $7.99, and what was that? That's like $21 without tax invested in those 3 issues, and we're not even going to get proper ending. Let's see, Joseph L, what's going on, man? I missed the first 40 minutes. I'll have to start over once. That's all good, man. No, that's all good, Joseph. I just went over some new comic book day stuff. We just covered a new character that was in the What If, a couple other things as well. But if you got if you ever got a question, man, feel free to ask. I don't mind repeating it. Mir Island, absolutely loved it. So much atmosphere, and that old Birdman scared me to death. See, there's so much potential in that series. That's the thing. They did so much cool shit in it. The artwork, what they could have realistically done was finish off that storyline with whatever the Chroma character was. I don't remember if she had a real name or her name was Chroma, but that entire world needed just explanation. I wanted to know more. Like the whole castle that was just gray and dark. They didn't want any sort of color, and the entire world was completely full of color. I would have loved to see more of those creatures and those monsters. And if there's any other just survivors that are living out there, that would have been so cool. Yeah, we did cover Clear already, man. Clear was a lot of fun. That's like these damn kids. Oh, wait, they canceled that one too? Hold on. Yeah, I was gonna say I remember this one. Yeah, whatever happened to Second Sight? I don't see them pop up on anything anymore. All right, so K-Bar says Comixology, Amazon still accepting digital pre-orders. I mean, well, it showed on Image. I think Image said you could still buy it. Yeah, I wouldn't risk it either. That's like these damn kids got canceled after the first issue and pre-orders were cut off unexpectedly. Pretty wild. Yeah, here we go. Oh, comic store locator or Kindle. Man, it could be it might get a cancel. It could have possibly been canceled. Any chance Chroma becomes an ongoing? I don't know. It to me it felt like it easily could have been an ongoing series. There was a lot of stuff, but if they were strictly keeping it at a 4-issue miniseries, no shot in hell that it would have gotten a good ending. It just wouldn't have. There was too much stuff going on, not enough answers to anything, and it would have been rough. Joseph L, apparently we got Mir Island. He says his fourth issue for the pre-order got canceled from his shop. So there are some places that still are accepting it, but I'm not seeing anything online. KO also mentioned that it got canceled as well. So we'll see. And this is a little further back, but Kaiser says By the Horns hardcover is live on Kickstarter. That's actually really cool. I've been interested in reading that series. No, dude, just fell. That's not dumb at all. Not dumb at all. You gotta check out Oblivion Song, same artist as Chroma. Oh, dude, I got volumes 1 and 2 of Oblivion Song. I still need the 3rd volume, which I know is still on cheap graphic novels or organic price books. Once I get that, I'm probably just going to reread it. It's been so damn long. I only read the 1st volume, though. I loved it. It really is a good series. So everyone who hasn't read Oblivion Song, I definitely recommend that too. But now we've been sitting on this screen for a hot minute now, and I kind of want to see which cool stuff we got on here. So this article is 10 canceled Spider-Man books that should be revived. Ryan Longden, that's going to be so dope. It's going to be so dope. I agree. Let's see. The first one, Spider-Man Doctor Who. Now, I don't really have a say in this one because I don't know if we've got any Doctor Who fans in the house, but I've never seen Doctor Who. I've never read any of the Doctor Who comics. So I don't really have much of a say on that one. But it says the show's immense popularity led to the BBC and Marvel Comics considering a Spider-Man crossover with the iconic sci-fi series written by Dan Slott. Although art was produced by comics artist Rachel Stott, the comic series was scrapped before it hit shelves. All right, I was about to say, wait, what was the title of this article? Because I feel like the title of the article is kind of indicating that it was already out or it was just, canceled. But no, it makes sense. They started it and they just never actually produced it. Yeah, I wouldn't be picking that one up. Gwen Stacy. All right. Let's double check on that again. 10 canceled Spider-Man books that should be revived. Gotcha. I don't think Gwen Stacy is Spider-Man. Gwen Stacy is one of the most important characters in Spider-Man lore, having been part of one of the comic's darkest endings. I was going to say, this is the one that I was thinking of. I don't think this series was that good. Yeah, K-Bar, no, LOL, 616 Gwen is boring as fuck. I was going to say, I read, I think, the first 2 issues. I didn't think it was good at all. She proved herself capable in the face of danger, teaming up with the X-Men to stop villains like the Green Goblin and Kingpin. No. That one doesn't need to be revived. That can stay dead. Oh, here we go. Spectacular Spider-Ham. Yeah, we can bring this one back. Spectacular Spider-Ham is a comical offering in Marvel Comics. Although the series ended in 1987, the Pig Vigilante has seen a recent surge in popularity thanks to his inclusion into the Spider-Verse movie, blah, blah, blah. Cartoon aesthetic brings some unique vibes to Marvel Comics universe. I would definitely get another Spider-Ham series. I don't know about you guys. That one that came out a couple years ago. What was that one? At least I think there was a Spider-Ham one a couple of years ago. That's what I'm saying. Love Howard the Duck, give him a team up. I would definitely I would do that. Spider-Ham definitely deserves it. But what was that? That's what I'm saying. What was that last series of Spider-Ham? I don't even remember. I feel like it was... Let's see. What was it? I don't remember what the... I don't even know why I didn't type in comics. Oh, was it Peter Porker? Was that what it was? Yeah, 2019, 2020. Spider-Ham. Peter Porker the Spectacular. I was going to say, I knew there was a recent one. Oh, yes. That's a cute cover. I like this one. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we can definitely bring back Spider-Ham. I've got no problems with that. I was going to say, I'd also be all over a Howard Duck comic, too. I'd be down for that. Need something a little different in Marvel's world right now. Marvel Metal had a Peter Porker card and a throwback. Oh, that's pretty cool. Let's see. The Amazing Mary Jane. No, this one can stay dead. Yeah, that one was not a good series. I don't know if you guys read this one, but I personally didn't like this one at all. I thought it was bad. If this is the one I'm thinking of, this is the one where she left for Hollywood, right? Let's see. Despite the lack of confidence, The Amazing Mary Jane brought a spectacular showcase before it was unceremoniously shelved in 2020. That's because it sucked. I don't think there was any spectacular showcasing of it. It was a pretty bad series. What y'all know about Mary Jane? Didn't read it. Won't read it if it came back. If I can recall, I'm pretty positive she went out to Hollywood for a fake movie audition. Well, it wasn't fake, but I think it was Mysterio that called her out there. And when she found out it was Mysterio, she's like, ooh, like, I guess she was like, oh, I guess I'll work with you even though I know who you are, all that stuff. And then they started fighting with was it the Sinister Six? Is that what, I think that's what it was. That was a pretty terrible series in my opinion, though. Like I said, I don't know if you guys read that, but if it's the one I'm thinking of, that one was not good. Then we've got Spider-Man 1602. Spider-Man's influence has been felt across the Marvel Comics timeline. Various web-slingers have operated in several past future times. Perhaps a lesser-known iteration is Spider-Man 1602, who received a sole title in 2009. I've actually never even heard of this one. Ryan. Yeah, it's not worth the read. Spinning off from Neil Gaiman's Marvel 1602. I was gonna say I've never even heard of this one. It was good as a mini, definitely not an ongoing. Yeah, let me check this one out. I've never even heard of it. They should bring back Spidey with the FF. Joe Fixit. Oh, that would be cool too. Oh no shit! I didn't even know. I've seen pictures of him dressed like this, but I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea this series even existed. What's the limited series? Was this 5 issues? Is that what that says? I can't even bring that up. I can't even read that. I think it's 5. I think that says 5 issues. I've honestly been enjoying Joe Fixit. I've read the first issue. I didn't think it was bad. It was an alright one. It's like so much other Marvel shit right now, in my opinion. It's just okay, you know. Amazing Spider-Man Daily Bugle. This one got canceled, and I was a little bummed about it. I'm trying to think of the year that this one came out. It was like 2019, maybe? I think 2019, or wait, 2020. It says it right here. My bad. This one was interesting. I think it focused more on Peter Parker working at the Daily Bugle, and he's off getting pictures and solving kind of crime that way. Comic came to a premature end following its second issue. I guess that's why I said I read the first couple issues. But it ended on a shocking cliffhanger, with Fisk Industries revealed to be behind the mysterious disappearance of an Empire State professor. With this plot thread yet to be resolved, a continuation is essential. I would read this one. This is probably the only one that has been on this screen that I was like, I would actually read that. Mr. Negative, they should just start making ASM good again. Wouldn't that be great, man? But that's just not going to happen. I don't think so, at least. Let's see. Kevin Smith's Amazing Spider-Man. Kevin Smith's highly regarded series of Spider-Man Black Cat, The Evil That Men Do, presented a thrilling team of story for Peter and his flirtatious accomplice. It was originally going to be followed up by a Kevin Smith penned ASM series, but unfortunately this wasn't to be. This actually come out? I didn't read that one. I don't know if you guys read this one. Spider-Man Deadpool. Spider-Man Deadpool was cool. They could 100% bring this one back, and I'd be very on it. It was alright. The Kevin Smith story wasn't as good on a reread. I read it like 12 years. Oh, yeah. Damn, it came out that long ago. Oof. Spider-Man Deadpool absolutely could come back, and I think everyone would be really happy. I wouldn't be surprised. Out of everyone that we've seen on this list so far, even some of the stuff that we've prior talked about, if Marvel brought back a Spider-Man Deadpool series and they just canceled a bunch of the other Spider-Man shit, I bet you people would be extremely happy about this one. I bought a copy of Spider-Man Unforgiven last week out of pity. My LCS owner bought like 50 copies, and I was laughing. Damn, he bought that many of them. Ugh. So at least in his defense, they're doing more of the Unforgiven series. I think they've got a Captain America one coming and another character too. So he could at least, ride off of that, I guess. But we'll see. Let's see. Number 2, we've got the Superior Foes of Spider-Man. No, that was not that good. Spider-Man is one of the greatest rogues galleries, including iconic villains like Venom and Green Goblin. Running from 13 to 14, Superior Foes of Spider-Man followed the new Sinister Six, led by Boomerang. No. They put this one on number 2. I don't know about that one. Spider-Man Deadpool, off the top of my head, I can't really think of any other Spidey series. I would put that at number 1 based on this list right now. Superior Foes of Spider-Man, I don't know about that one. Let's see. A giant stack of them on the rack. I asked him what's up with this. Oh yeah, that's I don't know if there was a cool incentive that caused him to want to buy that, but I mean, sometimes they go crazy over that. A Corgi superhero. I don't know who that one is off the top of my head. All right, but let's check out who got number 1. What is the number 1? Superior Spider-Man. All right. Well, didn't they wrapped up issue number 12? This one ended, I thought. Body swap storylines have often proved the most entertaining narratives, forcing characters to adapt drastic circumstances, blah, blah, blah. Superior Spider-Man fully embraced its larger-than-life scenarios as Doc Ock and Peter Parker adjusted to their alternative lifestyles. Otto's disastrous attempts to woo MJ provided many laugh-out-loud moments laced with tension, while Peter awkwardly finds himself in his own set of bizarre situations. I could have... that second series wrapped up. Superior Spider-Man Volume 2. The first one wrapped up. The first one was great. I don't remember how the second one ended off the top of my head. But if they made another one, I mean, I'd be about it. But like you said, the first one wrapped up really good. The second one I don't remember as well. But as much as I love it, I think they could just leave this one dead. Sometimes, you got a good thing on your hands. It's like movies where they constantly reboot the fucker or they make another one. And you could just leave it as is. You milked it for its money. You don't need to do it again. Let the series just die as it is and be remembered as something great. I think that's where I'm at with Superior Spider-Man. The first volume was like 32 issues or 33 issues. It was really good. Volume 2, though, I don't remember it as well, but I wouldn't be bringing this one back. I'd say out of all these books or all these series, Spider-Ham would be your number one. I think I would do Spider-Man Deadpool. I think that would be my my bring back. I would like to see this team up again. The other issues were really good. But outside of that, I think Spider-Ham's also up there. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot more Deadpool once it gets closer to the movie release. Let's see. I like the idea of a Spider-Man 3000, the gritty Spider-Man with dystopian future. Parker Luck. Oh, hey, what's going on, buddy? Marvel Comics just needs to fire Tom Behover because he is keeping sales low on Spider-Man because he won't let the character grow. Yeah, they're keeping him super boring. Spider-Man has just been abysmal as a read late. Not just ASM, but I'm not really enjoying any of the stuff from Spidey. Yeah, Joseph L., I'm with you on that. Spider-Man Deadpool number 1, Spider-Ham's number 2. And I guess if I have to, since the rest of this list honestly really sucked in my opinion. Oh, Daily Bugle. No, I would like Daily Bugle to come back. That's going to be number 3. The rest of these, they can stay dead. So it'd be Spider-Man Deadpool, Spider-Ham. Then it's going to be that one that I just said, the Daily Bugle. And then if we had to, I'd bring back Superior Spider-Man as number 4, but I'd prefer that one stayed gone too. That was just a really good series. Holy crap. Wait, I know we're talking comics, but Panthers traded for the number 1 pick from the Bears? Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. Let me know what the haul was. That's crazy. Bears all in on Justin Fields. Yeah, apparently. I agree with that too. Too many goblins. I totally agree with that. This one, we got Marvel is going to introduce a very different kind of Venom. So real quick, all these articles that I bring up, I don't read any of them. I don't check any of them out beforehand. I see a nice title, and it's like, okay, I'd like to talk about this with you guys. I'd like to check this out. But I don't know. I think the Venom series sucks, by the way. I'm not a fan of it. Number 9 pick, number 61, first round, pick in 2024, second round. Wow. That's quite the haul. That's quite the haul. So if they didn't, I guess if they are all in on Justin Fields, they don't really not really interested in a quarterback. I'd say the 9th pick at that rate is probably better suited for them, especially seeing everything else that they got for it. Yeah, that's a hefty return. So it says Venom writer Al Ewing tells CBR that upcoming issues of the titular symbiotes solo series will introduce a very different version of the character. I'm so over this series. This series sucks, guys. The following contains spoilers for Venom 17 for Marvel Comics. Did 17 come out yet? Hold on, what was the latest issue? 17. Probably get the Okay, this one already came out. I was going to say, if they got spoilers for the next upcoming issue, I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. But this issue already came out. That sucked. Let's see. Asked what comes next for Venom following Marvel. So it keeps bringing up Ewing. Does that confirm that Rom V's not on this one anymore? Because I was talking about this last time. I didn't remember if Rom V's name was actually on the book. Typically, I don't recall off the top of my head, but I know it just strictly said Al Ewing. And now, based on this article, what comes next? If anything, I think having just Al Ewing on it, while I'm not the biggest Al Ewing fan, even though he did do a great job on Immortal Hulk, I think it's going to be better suited with one writer. I don't think this series ever did well with having two separate writers on it. I don't understand the need for the two writers, whether you really want to have someone fully invested in Eddie or one person fully invested in Dylan. It doesn't matter because the story didn't flow well at all, in my opinion. In Venom 17, we saw Eddie complete his fall from grace, betrayed by his ally. See, I didn't read any of the dark web crap. So a lot of that stuff didn't make sense either. But I guess it is what it is. Stabbed through the soul in the fight with Darkhoth. Well, he was in the issue. He's at his lowest point, banished to an underworld. See, that's the other thing. I got this issue, I think, right here. I do. I got this crap issue. And I call it a crap issue because I think this was the one I was just talking about before, where the freaking things weren't stapled. I was going to say, Eddie, although I guess technically Bedlam is Eddie Brock, Eddie's not really in this issue outside of Bedlam. Well, he's at the very end, and he's at the very beginning. But that's about it. I guess that's his fall from... Yeah, Eddie is falling. Well, yeah, it's his fall from grace. Rom V has left Carnage 2, new writer. Oh, what the hell's going... What's Rom V doing? Why did he leave Carnage? Who's on it now? Carnage 12. I only like Rom V's issues. I'm so disappointed. His name would be on the issues about Dylan. See, that's what I thought. I thought if it was an Eddie issue, it had Al Ewing on it, and then if it was a Dylan issue, it had Rom V. Also, not every writer is suited for every book. Yeah. Let's see. Alex Packnadal. I don't think I've ever heard of him. But he's doing Red Goblin. Oh, well, he's doing All Against All, and a lot of people really like All Against All. Red Goblin's not that good. Let's see what else he's done. Let's see. I haven't read... That's Arcade. I haven't read any of these. Oh, man, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I haven't read any of this. That Joker series wasn't that good, in my opinion. The Immortal Hulk Time of Monsters I thought was okay. So far, everything that I'm seeing... man, that's not a good sign. What do you guys think? I don't know if this is a good sign, chat. I hear All Against All is good, but out of all this other shit, I haven't read any of it, so I can't really have a big say. I did read Immortal Hulk Time of Monsters. I thought that was okay. I didn't think the Joker was that good. Razor Blades, I have the hardcover. I think it's terrible. I hate Razor Blades. So I guess we're going to see how that goes. I'm not too... I don't know. I don't have a good feeling about it. I'm just glad Rom V is still in Detective Comics. At least he's, All Against All is all for... Well, if you're enjoying that it's a big deal too. But I'm not too happy about him leaving because it was just starting to get really good, in my opinion. Everything was starting to come together. How are you going to have all these issues, have the entire setup, and then once you're going to start to get everything going, you get a brand new writer? Come on. It is a limited run, so I got that going for it. I'm probably going to read that one when it's all over. I was thinking of picking up Razor. Oh, dude. So actually, here, I'll show you a little bit. So what I will say is, take this for a grain of salt. I'm a huge horror fan. I love horror. I see this cover, and it says featuring, James Tynion, Steve Fox, many more. I get really excited for it. My thing is every single book in here is basically, it's all short stories. Every single thing is a short story. Issue 1. So I think there's 3 total issues in this book. or maybe 5. I don't know. But issue 1 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's got 13 short stories in issue number 1. So basically everything is just a couple of pages, no development, no, nothing like that. I could have looked into it a little bit more, but I just assumed a horror book consisting of a bunch of stories. It sounded like something I'd like. But it's just not, it's like no books in here were developed, and because they're only a few pages long, it's just like in your face, over. And I got really tired of reading it by like the quarter to halfway point. There were some good ones, I will say that. Not all bad, and a lot of times the artwork is extremely good, but it's just, I don't know. If they come out with a book 2, I'm definitely not buying it. I'll put it that way. And if it says anything else, for a horror title, I didn't even finish it. Oh, dude, it's nothing like the Silver Coin. Like, nothing at all. And that's what I think really bummed me. Because at least with the Silver Coin, you've got a writer on an issue, like, just a whole issue focused on the Silver Coin. And they could all be different things, like different topics, as long as it's horror related. But yeah, it's nothing like that. It's just a couple pages, maybe 5 pages at most for a lot of them. And it's just a letdown. Yeah, 2 short stories. It's not worth it in my opinion, which sucks to say, because I was so hyped up for it. But I guess we never really even. Let's see. The synopsis of the issue reads: Illumination starts here as Dylan Brock builds an army. His father and the original Venom, Eddie Brock, finds himself more alone than ever before, working through a change unlike any he's been through ever before. Come on, who wrote that? They said Eddie Brock finds himself more alone than ever before, working through a change unlike he's been through ever before. But the real question, that's nitpicking. But the real question is, what will Eddie become once he's on the other side? Is that it? That's the tease? Oh. Ewing said Venom 19 will primarily focus on Dylan and Normie Osborn, Red Goblin. All right, so if you're not reading Red Goblin, you're probably not going to get the full understanding of this series either. I think that's it for me. I don't think I'm going to keep reading Venom. This series sucks. Let's see. It's on hiatus. Oh, yeah. The last issue, Casey Rudd, is the Silver Coin over, just a long break. Yeah, at the last issue came out in October, and he said him and his wife had a baby, so he was just taking a break from it. But it is coming back. I picked up the 3rd trade volume of Silver Coin. They mixed up a lot of the page. Oh, really? Oh, that's a shame. I think this latest volume probably had some of the best issues in it too. But yeah, that sucks. I bought the first trade off. Definitely check it out, man. I hope you enjoy it. I brought this one up. I didn't think it was like that important. We were talking about it earlier with the Hulk. The Hulk just like overall sucks right now. Comics, and then from the movies, they're not really doing much with them. So I wasn't really, I don't know. Let's see. Bought the first. Oh yeah, still talking about that. I'm gonna be honest. Some of these I wasn't really. This was probably the only other main one that I really wanted to talk about with you guys. Actually, I just got rid of it. Let's see. The only way to save the franchise is take a break and start over in a few years, in my opinion. I think they're fine. I think Marvel is still pretty. Well, I don't think this stuff is good, in my opinion. But I think what they could do is they really need to, like they said, I already X'd out of it, but they said they're going to be cutting back costs a little bit to focus on the quality. So it's going to be quality over quantity. And I think that is obviously what they need to do, because they were pumping out a whole bunch of garbage for basically the entire year. There really wasn't many good things that came out of that last year, in my opinion. But this is what I was talking about with the last main news article that I wanted to talk about with you guys before we check out some of these videos, because there's some cool ones that I want to check out. So we got John Bernthal. He's returning as the Punisher in Disney Plus's Daredevil Born Again. I'm personally really excited about it. I think it's going to be awesome. I'm still very hesitant, though, because of how bad everything's been with Marvel lately. I don't think the shows have been good. This one's, what, 18 episodes? Ugh. I'm happy it's Daredevil. I'm happy the Punisher is going to be in it. But I just don't know. K-Bar, I loved Bernthal Punisher, but damn, I'm scared of how toned down Punisher on Disney will be. That's exactly my thinking. It's not going to be the Netflix Punisher. If it is, I mean, awesome. I don't think it will be. I think it's going to be super toned down. As crazy as it sounds, I think they're going to focus a lot more on, I don't know. I just like hand-to-hand type combat, less guns, less violence. I think it's going to be super toned down, but I think he says in here, there's a quote. I don't know if it's in this article or not, but there's a quote that said he would only return if it was something that he was interested in or if it was something that he liked. So I've got faith in that at least. I feel like Disney is a roll of the dice, which sucks, but it's very true. I feel like they'll have Punisher do a bunch of hand-to-hand combat. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be a lot of hand-to-hand like fighting stuff, and show him shooting off panel, like not the crazy Max Punisher we want. That's what I want. I want Max Punisher. This stuff up here, if you can even see it, I don't know where the hell it is at this point. It's somewhere around here. But that's what I want, and I don't think we're going to get that. I'll bet they are in court the whole season, dude. That sounds horrible. That sounds so horrible. I would hate if that was the case. That's probably why they came out on the new issues away from guns. Yeah, so that's they're doing the swords and they're doing that whole thing. But I do see, I mean, what's his name? Charlie Cox already said that it's going to be not the Daredevil we saw in Netflix's version. And they're like, yeah, we already saw that. So we're going to see another side of Daredevil. Well, I don't want to see him in court all the time. I want to see you as Daredevil. I want to see the Disney $1 billion that they have and just put this money towards a good budget for a character that everybody wants to see. Now you confirmed that he's coming back to the Punisher. You can't screw this up. You got to give the people what they want for this one. The only Incredible Hulk that matters is the 77 to 82 television series that starred Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno. Dude, that was fun. I obviously wasn't around at that time, but I watched them. Yeah, best Punisher stories are him being too visceral and on the brink of losing himself in his own violence. And I will say the new Punisher series is really good. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. But you need that violence. And this is where, I talk to a lot of people about it, and they're always talking about, we need to go back to some of these, not Punisher Max, but, the Marvel Max series. We need to get back to some of these more violent books, more adult-themed type issues. It's not going to happen. Marvel's owned by Disney. They want this to be for everybody. Like, they make it kid-friendly, and not just kid-friendly, but they've got a lot of series that are aimed towards kids. And I don't foresee that honestly ever happening until there's a big change from Marvel. This is why I think DC has been better. And I'm not reading DC ongoing stuff. I've read some things here and there, but DC has been good. DC's got a darker, grittier tone to a lot of the books that I've read from them. And the events, I mean, they got deceased. I couldn't imagine Marvel doing a good Marvel zombie series anymore. It would just be toned down and cartoonish, and it'd be stupid. Joseph L. We probably will get a more sensitive side of Charlie Cox in this one. Castle will get Disney nerfed 100%. That's why we're talking about. We're probably going to see maybe swords. I don't know. That's just the new comic series. But definitely. Figure drawing. I hope so. Got a jet. Great content as always. Have a great one. Descending Climax, man. Have a or I don't know if it's whoever you are, man. Have a good, happy weekend. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, yeah, we got Vince Onofrio. I always screw his name. Onofrio. That's what it is, Onofrio. Reprising the roles as that and Wilson Fisk. Because I think he kind of got screwed over as Wilson Fisk as well in the Hawkeye show. Let's see. Yeah, we'll see. I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping for the best. Let's see. And but now I got a couple videos I want to show you guys too. I'm really excited for these. I want to show off this one first. So I think I gotta unplug this. Let me know how the volume is on let me know how the volume is on these, because we'll see. Hope Frank blows that courtroom. That'd be awesome. That'd be so cool. Yeah, let me know how this sounds for you guys. I think I got everything good. So real quick, so this first video that I want to show you guys, it's Swagglehouse Comics and Games. So if you didn't know, he's making his own comic. He's got a Kickstarter for it. I don't know if the Kickstarter is in the description. This video is going to be linked after the stream ends. I'm going to put everybody's information down here, but this is the Kickstarter. I'll show you the Kickstarter after the video. But like I said, let me know, chat, how the what the volume's like for you guys. I want to make sure it's good.
Tell me, Mr. Grant, what do you know about the unknown? The place where nightmares become reality and reason falls apart. The place where unspeakable horrors come.
Yeah, hold on.
Hold on. I just caught that too. I don't know why it dropped so low. All right, that's much better. All right. All right, here we go. I'm gonna replay it for you guys. So like I said, this is his Kickstarter. This is like his trailer. So I'm really excited to check this out. Well, although we just watched a little bit of it.
Tell me, Mr. Grant, what do you know about the unknown? The place where nightmares become reality and reason falls apart. The place where unspeakable horrors cause one to question their own sanity. Are you prepared to go on?
Yeah, that looks really sweet. That does look really cool. No sound. Was that the old one? Casey Rudd. Yeah, I do have it coming through on. I actually. Hold on. Yeah, I've got it coming through the speaker, mainly because I don't know. I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't get it to work because I've got two monitors here, and the one monitor that I use doesn't have a speaker on it at all. And then the laptop speaker doesn't work because of that. So I have to hook up a Bluetooth. So I don't know why it does that. I use Streamlabs. You guys could hear that though, right? All right, cool. Yeah. Until I get maybe a different speaker system or a different monitor with speakers on it, that's how it's going to be. All right, cool. But yeah, that looks really cool. So I'm gonna bring up his Kickstarter as well. See, that's what I did. I set up the speaker as a source, but I couldn't get it as a source on the laptop for whatever reason. I'll reach out to you later about it after the stream. We'll maybe next Friday will be a little different, but in the meantime we can just deal with it. Appreciate it. Here, let me show you his Kickstarter. Now I checked his. Oh, wait, shit, this is the last video. Or that's a new video. So, let's see. Oh, wait. I'm on incognito. I already liked that video. Or, no, I didn't. Campaign, here we go. So here's his Kickstarter if you guys want to support it. Swagglehouse makes good shit, in my opinion. Wow. Holy crap. 27 days to go, 131 backers. The goal was 10K, and he's almost at 13K. That's awesome. So here's some of the stuff that you can do for it if you're interested. I think it's a one-shot. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a one-shot for now. Let's see. It says this campaign is for the first issue of the original comic book series. Written by Mickey Finnegan, Swagglehouse, drawn by Santiago Espina, colored by Maxim Strelkov, and lettered by, good lord, I'm butchering everybody's names. 22-page comic book story printed in standard monthly comic format. So it's just like a regular comic book, and I think this is we're going to be getting some different options. So here's cover A. Here's some page samples. Wow, this artwork looks awesome too. This is really cool. I'm 100% going to be backing this one. This looks cool, guys. I didn't know that was his actual name though, Mickey Finnegan. Miniseries number 1. Yeah. More like, yeah, probably miniseries. So $8 or more. Well, like I said, I'm going to have his links down below for you guys that are interested in checking him out. But I think it looks really cool. I do have another video from him as well that I'm interested in checking out. We'll check that one. Here, we'll stick with Swagglehouse for now. So this video, I stumbled upon it. I do actually watch a lot of his stuff. I think he does a great job on his videos. I think he's got a good, he's got a good just mindset when he makes his stuff. And I think he really gets his info out there in a clear and concise way. So I think Swag is a good person to, I know he does make some spec stuff. He does a lot of, like you can tell it's a top comic books to invest in. It's basically all investing type books or investing type videos, but I think he does a really good job with his stuff. So now with this one, it is a tad bit longer, 16 minutes. So we can skip around or see what people think about it. And it's CBCS continues to shoot itself in the foot. Recent pricing update, what they actually offer. So my take is, before we start watching this, is I've never really been a big fan of CGC. I've liked CBCS a lot more. I've had good experiences with CBCS. I had better customer service experiences with them. And now that's not to say it hasn't changed, because my latest order with CBCS, which at this point was almost 2 years ago, it took almost it was about 9 months to get my books back. So not an entire year, but almost 9 months. It was ridiculous. 2 books got damaged out of, I think, the 15 that I sent in. And I'm not saying they got like a little ding on them. They got marked like 7s. They got hit. And I couldn't get a hold of anybody for customer service. Nobody was emailing me back. So I had a very bad experience with CBCS on my last one, and I honestly haven't sent anything in since. I did get an email that they were changing some stuff up, but I just kind of deleted the email. I didn't really look at it. So I'm excited to see what he's got to say about it, and just, where CGC is at as well, because I hope he brings that up too, because CGC has been on the ball lately. But K-Bar, I'm with you on that too. I really haven't been a big fan of getting books graded lately. Hasn't been my thing.
Let's check it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video with Swagglehouse. I thought I would do the match frame to the thumbnail of the video, which is, of course, the facepalm. I haven't even made the thumbnail for this video yet, but I already know that this one is going to require the good old-fashioned facepalm thumbnail. Because in this video, we need to talk about CBCS. CBCS, the company that continually shoots itself in the foot. Because just when you think CBCS might be gaining some ground in market share for the grading of comic books and collectibles out there in the market, they go and do something like this. and totally don't redeem themselves. We got to talk about CBCS price increases and turnaround times that just do not fit in today's comic book market. But
see, that's the thing too, guys, is they have had all of these opportunities to like redeem themselves and be the #1 company. Because think about, for what, almost an entire year, I feel like all we ever heard was all this negative stuff surrounding CGC. It's like, oh, CGC screwing this up, CGC, all these late times, price increases, all of this stuff. CBCS had an ample amount of opportunities to fix themselves, to get ahead of the game, because when you go on Instagram at the time or YouTube and all you see is negativity towards CGC, how do you not take that opportunity, change the label up like everybody is asking, and doing all this other stuff, the turnaround times, the customer service? How do you not fix that when your main competitor is constantly screwing everything up? That was the prime time for them to just get everything together, and it didn't happen for them. I'm not a fan of 1 year. That's what I'm saying. It should not be that 1 year turnaround time. That's absurd to me. Seems like there's a clear path to become but it seems like there's such a clear path to become a competitor. So many things they could do to be a better grader. There's so much stuff that they could have done, and they haven't done a single thing, in my opinion, to fix themselves as a company or to get ahead. Hell, I've seen a lot of posts of people even sending stuff to like EGS and, well, not PGX. I think that was the other one. I've seen some posts here and there, but for the most part, it's like people are still remaining with CGC despite all of the screw ups and everything else.
Before we get to the video, if you guys could drop either a like or a comment or subscribe if you're enjoying the content, help support the channel, do one of those things, I would appreciate it. This video here today. Now we have to
I would if it wasn't incognito.
Recently announced their new tiers, new pricing, new turnaround times, and the comic book market met it with understanding and open arms.
That's true.
In that case, they 1000% hated it. But let's jump into the post that CBCS had put out on their Instagram. Of course, if you guys don't know, CBCS is a grading company, much like CGC Comics, that does, collectibles and slabs, comic books. Of course, you guys know what CBCS is. I don't need to really explain it much further than that. But they recently announced their new pricing tier updates. And they kind of went through it with this Instagram post, and we can see here how they broke it out. New priority service level grading at a glance. Now,
so let's see. Fire. So looking at it like this, is this what it used to be? Or what did it used to be? Yeah, max value, declared value of 4K. So $18, $50, $34, and $32. Launch new priority service. Wow. That's kind of expensive.
Echo. Oh shit, that's me.
That was me. That's my bad. I feel like $32 for that and that is pretty expensive. $50? $70? That's a little pricey.
New comic books 2001 to present, it's going to be $32 with a max declared value of $1,000. And then you can see right there in the fine print, this is going to be a 60-day turnaround time. So new
Holy shit, 60 days.
$32 with a 60-day turnaround time. Now, in a vacuum, you might be thinking to yourself, well, what's really the big deal? $32, 60-day turnaround time. I don't know, this doesn't seem that bad. But when you compare it to CGC, which of course is the most prominent grading comic book service out there, and you look at their new comic book tier, modern 1975 to present, you can see that the fee per item for them is $24 and a 20-day turnaround time. In fact, you almost are at the point where at $32, I mean, if I wanted to pay a little bit more, $15 on the top of the 24, which obviously is still more than CBCS, I could get it back fast track in 10-day turnaround time. And I think that is really the thing that is shocking to most people who, you know, saw this announcement and responded to it in the comments is most people are just talking about like 60-day turnaround times in this market in 2023. Like, what is this, COVID lockdown? Like, that doesn't seem acceptable at all. Like,
no, that's actually ridiculous. Believe it or not, that is crazy. $32 with a 60-day turnaround time. I'm happy he brought up the CGC stuff too, because that's literally almost a fraction of it. That's wild to me. That's absurd. That really is. Like I said, I'm happy he brought that up. But yeah, that's bonkers.
60-day turnaround times is, you know, who knows what the value of your book is going to be by then. How could you possibly compete with new comic books that come out, you know, with pre-screens or, you know, pre-orders for CGC 9.8s, or in this case, it would be CBCS.
That's the other thing that you really need to keep in mind as well, is a lot of people who are sending these books in like that in masses, they're probably shops, they're probably sellers, and they're probably people who are buying those new comic book day books to potentially flip them because of, you know, them being maybe a hot commodity. Maybe it's a brand new hot cover that just released. So are you at that rate, what is the benefit of actually sending it in to get graded? If you're sending it in for $32 and it's going to take 60 days to get back, that book probably won't even be hot anymore. If it's selling for $100, I can guarantee you it's not going to be selling for $100 60 days down the line. And it's probably not going to be 60 days. It's probably going to be over that, because consider, I don't know, 2 weeks like a week for them to get it, maybe a week for them to process it into their system, maybe 10 days go by. And then all of a sudden they open it, put it in their system. That's when the 60-day timer starts. So you might be looking at 70 actual days. And then maybe by the time you get it back, I'm pretty positive they ship priority. Then they ship that back to you. And it's that much time as well. It's like, that's wild to me. That's a long time. So it almost eliminates you as a seller wanting to do this. They're taking them out of the game. How do you not, as a company, how do you not look at CGC's prices and be like, I guess if we just damn near double that on every level, price and turnaround time, I don't know where that logic is. That's crazy to me.
9.8. You can't actually compete in, you know, the spec market.
No, I was just saying, you can't compete.
Or the new comic book market with turnaround times like that, especially when compared to what CGC is offering at 20 days and 10 days. Now, similarly, the modern tier for them, they said that it's $34 here, max declared value of $1,000, 45 max declared value of $4,000, and that is also a 60-day turnaround time. Their vintage prices pre-1975.
What the hell?
You know, maybe when you start to get into the, you know, early Bronze Age, Silver Age, Golden Age stuff, they have it at $50 a tier, max declared value of $1,000, and then $70 if it's max declared value at $4,000 with a 30-day turnaround time. Now, this is maybe a little bit more competitive when we're comparing, you know, apples to oranges here, where, you know, the vintage comic books, if we're talking about right here in economy pre-1975, the fee for this is $35, which is cheaper than CBCS, but the turnaround time is 130 days. But if you do the fast track, which bumps it up to 50, and now you're on an even playing field with CBCS, the turnaround is still 20 days, which is still 10 days faster than the 30-day turnaround time that CBCS is offering right here. So when you're comparing these tiers, you know, when we're actually breaking it down, looking at, you know, whether it be a new comic book or a modern comic book or a vintage comic book, basically the pricing seems to be relatively the same, yet the turnaround times for CGC are always going to be faster. So what is CBCS really offering here? Now, the one thing that you
I agree with that too. You know, they're talking about like with vintage books. A lot of people who are putting in those vintage books, that value is already there. Those books, for the most part, aren't going to be decreasing in value anytime soon, because I think it said, 1975 is what is deemed like the vintage. Those books have their value. They have solidified what they are. If anything, they're just going to get more expensive. So if you feel like waiting 120 days for, $35 or whatever that was, that book will come back eventually. But what he's talking about, I think, is very important, because when you do talk about new and modern books, they really do take themselves out of just the competition. There's no reason to use CBCS based on these prices, and the turnaround time is ridiculous. I mean, Murray Island said twice the price, 3 times the weight. That's ridiculous to me. And Norm Round says both companies have poor experienced graders, never know what grade they might randomly give you. That's the thing too. It really comes down to how the grader is feeling that day. That shit's crazy.
Keep going though.
It's a good video.
You can say that they are offering that is maybe a little bit of a win is their max declared value. We're talking about insurance prices here, but for the most part, I don't think that really comes into play that much when we're talking about someone who wants to send their comics in for grading. Are they thinking about, well, in the worst case scenario, if there has to be an insurance payout, at least I'm going to be covered more by CBCS for the same amount of money that I put into it.
Yeah.
A lot of people, just will decide, even if they have a, say, $800 book, they'll still send it in economy at Fast Track with a $400 max declared value.
That's true.
What are the chances that their book is not going to, come back to them? I mean, there certainly is always that chance, and I'm sure there's a lot of you guys out there that.
I mean, you guys did you hear about the thing with CBCS? I don't know, like 6 months ago or something when they were moving. Somebody made a post. They lost 300 books from that dude. It's like a massive order they lost completely. I think they ended up resolving that, and they did find it eventually. But I know somebody in the chat had to have seen that post. He was dumping on CBCS. They lost all of my stuff. They did this. They did that. So, especially with the way mail is now where things are getting constantly damaged. I mean, shit, this is not comic book related, but I've been trying to buy a freaking mirror for my bathroom for, I don't know, over a month now. They've shipped me 2 separate mirrors, and they both were broken to the point where FedEx didn't even drop it off. So we had to call Lowe's to get them to ship another one. And it's like, oh, we're going to send out another mirror for you guys. Well, you're going to ship it the same way? Because it keeps getting broken. Is it you guys? Is it FedEx? Who the hell is doing this? So, I mean, you really have to bulletproof these books at this point because either USPS or FedEx or UPS, they might damage it. They might lose it. Hell, CBCS and CGC, they get so many packages every single day that you really never know with this stuff. So take the insurance seriously. These are if they're your cherished books, bulletproof that crap, man. Bulletproof it.
That would definitely, want to protect their book as much as possible. But let's face the facts, most people who send in their books aren't always declaring the max value. They're trying to maximize their profit margins. So they're going to try to slap the book as fast as possible, and they're not too worried with the book coming back. In fact, if I really have to point it out, I mean, the only situation in the last year where there was a significant story about books not coming back has actually come from CBCS. So maybe it makes sense that they would have to raise their max declared value. And this to me is ultimately, I think, the problem and the
I agree, Joseph.
Coming out of the comic book community with this announcement from CBCS is that, I don't have a horse in this race. I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't have a Kang in this dynasty, all right? I have no particular opinion one way or another about which company should or shouldn't be, the number one company out there in the market. But what seems evident to me, what seems clear to me, is that CBCS at this point is sort of just a watered down CGC. I mean, what ownable things does CBCS offer that CGC can't already do for them in a more efficient and better way? CGC is already faster with the turnaround times. CGC is effectively the same price, if not cheaper, in certain situations. CGC comic books hold value better
for
the vintage market and also the new comic book market. CGC does more signature events. They have custom labels that people prefer. They have labels, just standard labels, that people prefer. Some people argue that the CBCS hard case is better. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's subjective. When I hold the CBCS case in my hand, I actually don't like it that much in comparison to the CGC case. And so I think what's...
I kind of agree with that. I was going to say, I think CBCS's slabs are better. Do I have them next to me? Let's see. CGC. I think it's all CGC. Nah, here we can. I got both right here, and it's the new CBCS as well. So here's the labels. Actually, here. So here's what the label looks like for CGC. Here's a slab, nice and shiny. It feels nice in your hand. CBCS, it does. It's weird. I feel like this hard case is better, but it also at the same time feels cheaper. I got Kanto right here. I think their label sucks. I think CGC has a way better label. I will give them that. That's tough. I do like the hard slab a little bit more on CBCS, but at the same rate, it does feel a lot cheaper in my hand. So I will say that. They should make a little slot on the back so you can hang it up on the wall easy. That'd be cool. Speaking of that, have you guys been... Actually, here. Let's put him back on. Speaking of that, have you been staring at his wall? I feel like I'm watching him talk, but my eyes just keep kind of drifting off, and I'm like, damn, look at all these keys the man has. Now, the other thing is... That's a scary wall. Imagine one of those shells fall down. Oh, my God. That would just be... That would be tragic. The yellow label is a little aggressive. Blue is more calming. I agree with that. The blue is more like nice to stare at. I've been staring at the wall the whole time. That's why I keep going down the line like one more crazier book after another. The Tales of the Crypt, that's actually really cool. Vault of Horror. But man, the ASM keys in there. Avengers, Kang, X-Men. Yeah, he's got some bangers on that wall. Jeff Martin. Hey Jeff, what's going on, buddy? Agree. CGC label is so much better and CBCS feels cheap. Only benefit, perhaps, of CBCS is their verified label. But the other thing that happened, remember a little while ago, too, they had that incident happen with someone faked signatures, and it actually went through the verification. He made, I think, 2 YouTube videos saying that he faked these signatures, and they actually went through. The only thing that I hate so much about the CBCS labels is how, I don't think you can really see it, but if you've ever actually, maybe you can see it. Maybe you can see it on here. Let's see. The little like perforated, like it's perforated at the edges all around the whole thing. It's almost as if you know, like anything perforated, you got to bend it one way and just tear it off. That's literally what this looks like, and it just looks so cheap to me. That's a Are the cases the same size? I'd hate if they were different. I think they're basically the same. CBCS is thinner. Let's see. CBCS is thinner to me. There we go. Yeah, you can see it a little bit better right there. CBCS is thinner. This one's the CBCS on this side. Let's see. Man, can't figure that out. So it's a little bit tough. A little bit tough. There we go. So it's a little bit thinner. But it doesn't, yeah, it's slightly. But the CGC one just feels so much better. But I do like the kind of hardness on the CBCS. Yeah. Only a little tiny bit, but close enough for display purposes. Yeah, if you put these on display next to each other, you would notice, not like width or like the depth, but looking at them, there's a huge difference in the cases.
What's really confusing is that I just don't know what the ownable thing of CBCS is. Like, I think of it as like, here is a company that I'm going to send my book to in protest to CGC. Like, they are the not CGC option for comic book collectors.
That's true.
That's really what it is. It's like, and that doesn't seem like that's going to be a reason for me to ever want to become, say, a fan or a loyal customer to CBCS.
That's a big thing too, Jeff. The new rings.
Market share there. I mean, it feels like when CBCS did this announcement, shouldn't they at least be like the cheaper option? You know, or their prices should be down. Like, I understand if they don't have the ability to have as fast of turnaround times as CGC, I mean, we can't really fault them for that, right? I mean, that's if they just don't have the infrastructure, they don't have the hands yet, they don't have the support to be able to make that happen. I mean, that's not really their fault. But they should be able to offer something else. You know, they should be able to offer cheaper prices, or at the very least, you know, maybe they should be the company that, you know, increases their customer support. Maybe they should have customer support in the market. That's something that they should invest in more so than that of, like, say, a faster turnaround time. You know, maybe they can have slow turnaround times, but their customer service is top notch. And for the most part, as far as I understand it, their customer service is worse than CGC's. So the problem is like, you have this other company that's really not providing any value to the comic book market. And speaking of values, I mean, the most important thing, which I think is the #1 consideration for everybody who is grading their comic books is going to be the values.
I thought that was my screen.
I know this is probably, painful to those out there who think about CBCS and want it to be, the go-to company. But let's face the facts here. CBCS values, there is a bias here. They do not hold up the same way as CGC prices do. Now, that being said, if I was selling a book, I wouldn't just sell my CBCS book for 10% cheaper just because it's in CBCS case. I mean, that's actually kind of silly to me. It's still the same book in there. Why does the case really matter? But that's me. That's not up to the market to decide. There is actually this bias. And I just want to show you guys a couple of recent examples. Like here we have an Incredible Hulk #1, and there was a heritage auction.
Well, the thing with that is, in my opinion, is that CBCS, they did recently change their slabs up. But when you do look at them, like side by side, they're both on display, CBCS looks a lot cheaper. So for this example, we're using Hulk #1, which is obviously a super expensive book. We're looking at some of these prices right now. I mean, shit, a 7 sold for $63,000. A 3 sold for $16,800. Even is that even a Hulk down there? I don't know what that picture is, but assuming that is, a 1 sold for $17,000. Assuming that is a Hulk. But either way, it's if you're spending $17,000, $10,000, shit, a couple $100 on a slab, you want it to look good. You want it to just be like this display piece, like, yes, look what I have in my collection. I've got a Hulk #1, a massive grail key that a lot of collectors would love to have in their collection. But then when you have it on display and someone visually looks at it and you're like, ooh, but the label looks like shit. Nothing really pops on it. The case itself, it looks a little bit on the cheaper side. There is a major difference, and I totally understand why CGC is going to sell for a lot more, because when you put them up next to each other, there's a major difference. And what he brought up with the customer service, I agree with that too. If the customer service was fantastic for CBCS, that could be an excuse for them to be like, oh, you know what? Our customer service is light years better. We're on top of our shit. We're just a little bit backed up because we're a smaller company. We're changing things. We're listening to the people. That would put them just in a different category, but they're not doing a single thing like that. They're just kind of content with being exactly what they are. And they are second class compared to CGC. It's true. And yeah, K-Bar, you're paying for the look, not just the quality, especially with the issue sitting in a case. That's what it is. I mean, nobody's buying a Hulk, even if it's a 1. It could be a restored 1. Nobody is buying that to put it just away. That is on display. That is a centerpiece. That is a grail. You want it to look good. You don't want it to look like crap. And, he hit the nail on the head with that.
Earlier this year in January, that I actually had talked about a little bit in a live stream, but I didn't actually break it down in the video. And this was actually really interesting to see because they were sales that happened live for a CBCS Incredible Hulk 1 and a CGC Incredible Hulk 1 that happened back to back. So the first one that went up for sale was this one right here, Incredible Hulk 1 CBCS 7.5 with...
See, this is what I'm talking about. The case looks like shit. If you're going to buy a 7.5 Incredible Hulk #1, what really stands out on this, this slab? Right off the bat, you're looking at the case. It doesn't even line up with the top. You see that little tiny blue bar that goes above where it starts to curve. Right there alone. And then the 7.5 white, you can't even read what it says underneath it. It's just like this, 7.5 white. Like, you want that to pop. You want to be proud of this grade. And I don't know. And I don't know if they fix this, but where they have the description on everything, a lot of times it wasn't even lined up properly. I'm not sure if mine has that I can show you. But I mean, I guess I kind of, this isn't a kind of a good way to describe it. But like, look at this, guys. It's looking at it like this. I mean, look at where it says, so first appearance of Kanto. Why the fuck is it right there? Like, that's such a random ass spot for first appearance of Kanto. The rest of it makes sense. I mean, the whole witness signature is down below in, it's centered down below. The IDW, it fits, it's in centered with the 8.5, but they just have this random first appearance of Kanto just kind of casually sitting there. And that is why I went with CBCS on this one, because they did the Drew Zucker and David Boer signing, and I was like, oh, I'm sending my Kanto in for that. So I don't know. It's just odd, and you can't see it on that Hulk, so it does look better. But I don't know. It's definitely I don't have it up anymore. It's just definitely not it's just not the quality.
With white pages, and then the book that sold after that was this CGC Incredible Hulk 1 7.0.
That's what I'm talking about. Look how much better that looks.
But also white pages. And what were the sale values for this one? Well, the CBCS one, as you guys can see, went for $58,800. Oh, excuse me, right there, $58,800. And then the CGC one went for $63,000. Come on, go. Oh my God, $63,000 right there. So you can see that the CGC book at a 0.5 grade less still sold for $5,000 more. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking to yourselves, well, you know, the book in the CGC case looks better than the CBCS one had whatever. It doesn't really matter. The point is, people look at the number and people decided, hey, that's a CBCS case. I would rather buy the CGC one. I don't care that it is a 0.5 grade higher. And therein is proof of the bias, at least on the secondary market. So if you were someone who was selling a book, why would you ever send it into CGC if you're trying to maximize your profit margin? This is also true of books in the modern age as well. Let's talk about Something is Killing the Children. Number one, a book that has been super hot this last couple weeks or so. And just to show you guys, here is a CBCS sale for a 9.8 that sold for $700 on February 26th. And you can see the CGC sales that are surrounding this. You have a 9.8 CGC sell for just the day before that. So $154 more than the CBCS.
That's $254.
You have a sale on February 27th, a CGC 9.8 sell for $880. So $180 more. So both before and after for this modern book, you have sales for CGC books.
That's crazy.
Go for a lot higher. And this is pretty consistent time and time again. So again, you know, if we're thinking about customer base and what CBCS offers, obviously what they can't offer is to guarantee the highest value of your book. So anyone who's a comic book dealer or anyone who wants to send in their books for grading and like protect the value or whatever the case may be is not going to be incentivized to send it into CBCS.
No,
because
not at all.
See, you know, at least anecdotally in those values, you know, they're not going to be able to hold up as much as the CGC prices are. So, you know, it sort of begs the question, what is CBCS really going to offer the comic book market? Now, kudos to them. The one thing that they can offer is signature authentication. So, you know, that's one thing that CGC does.
But see, that's the thing though that we were just talking about is, yes, they do have the signature verification, but that dude made an entire video or 2 videos about faking the signatures to see if it would go through, and they did. Now, CBCS did have an interview, or they did something about where they talked about that, and they were like, I'm pretty positive it pretty much summed down to, well, you know, we're not perfect, some things get by. But if you admit that, you obviously screwed up. You could just say, yeah, you know, we made an error, things happen. But nobody's perfect. So you're verifying potentially not a real signature. So I actually prefer CGC going that route of, we need to witness this. Because then you can confirm, yes, in fact, this was witnessed. We saw this happen. This is truly their signature. CBCS can't do that. I mean, they obviously can, but I mean it in the sense that you could send something in and just be like, come on, like, maybe I wrote this really good. We can sneak it by them. That could happen. Maybe that happens more often than people would like to think. That's true, though. Nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes, which is why, you know, it always came down to CBCS or CGC. But that's, you know, CBCS just really isn't keeping up. They have all these opportunities.
Does not offer. Although there's a lot of people that would argue that, you know, CBCS should not offer that at all. Because
no, I don't think so.
To me, it's really more of a philosophy than a perk, right? Where I think CGC actually just has a philosophy of...
I believe that too, Joseph.
It didn't happen, and that's just the stance that they have to take. And that's actually a respectable one. I totally understand that. So that's the only real thing that CBCS can offer. And I think a lot of the frustration with what we saw with this recent announcement and the post and what people are talking about in the comments is, you know, this frustration of like, again, you're just continuing to be this not as efficient, not as effective CGC.
Like do they even want to be
going to
a company doing this?
I don't know. In the market. And I think that this is actually, a parallel thing to what we see with Beckett currently going in the sports card world. Now, I'm not an expert in the sports card world, but from what I generally hear about it, Beckett, who owns CBCS, again, has lost a lot of market share in these last couple of years because Beckett essentially is not PSA. And there's been other companies that have popped up, like SGC, that has been able to at least kind of take some market share and say, hey, we're going to be the company that can do, cheaper prices and faster turnaround times and still be a respected company that offers some.
Now, real quick, because you said the guy who validated those signatures probably got fired. Isn't that illegal to forge those signatures? I feel like that's illegal. As soon as I heard about it and saw the video, I was thinking, can you not go to jail or get fined for that because you're literally forging a signature, trying to pawn it as something that it's not? What's he mean by not PSA? PSA is another grading company that a lot of the cards do. That's why I said earlier, I'm almost 100% sure it's illegal. But PSA is another grading company that primarily focuses on cards. They do a shitload of sports cards. But in the card world, usually PSA is what people send their stuff to, in my opinion. I'm not a big card guy, but to my knowledge, that's what most people go through. That, or there's another one that does a black label. I don't know if somebody knows that. Somebody probably knows that. I think it's a black label, and it's like really hard to get 10s, because I know that one dude who goes for the Charizards, you want like the black label. That might be Beckett, actually. But yeah, fraud. That's what I'm saying. It's literally fraud. This dude admitted to committing fraud on videos. That's crazy to me. I wouldn't do anything but PSA for cards. Pretty sure Beckett is a black label. I think Beckett is a number 2 if I'm correct, but I know everybody wants PSA for cards. I know a lot of people started going to CGC because it was cheaper. I don't think the CGC slab cards look good.
Surface, maybe we don't hold the same values as PSA, but at least we can offer something that's different. Now, there are some interesting companies that I did want to talk about because I got a little package here from EGS, which is another...
That's what we were talking about earlier, EGS.
I wanted to just kind of like highlight to you guys why I think EGS is doing good stuff for the market. Now, I can't speak to EGS in terms of values and prices, but Tony from this company, the CEO, did send me this book to check out, did send me their EGS case, and I think it is really cool what they're doing overall. I mean, the case is, it's very much like a CGC case. The label, as you guys can see, at least this label, looks like a CGC label, although
I'm pretty sure you're right, Joseph.
The label, because of the printing quality of it, it's clearly not quite as nice as what we see with some of the other companies, but they're trying to do different things, and I think this is a good indication of what companies should be looking to do in order to break out or in order to appeal to certain customers out there.
EGS does have cool labels. Like, check these out.
Customization of labels.
Those are awesome.
There might be a lot of you guys thinking, well, I don't really like having, labels that are different colors, or I like all my books uniform, and that totally makes sense. And I understand why you would want that. I feel very similarly in my thoughts, but at least what this company is offering is those people who, maybe they just want to have, a Hulk book that has a green label on it, so the entire, slab kind of matches and it goes with a certain aesthetic.
See, that's what I think that's really cool. I mean, think about that. He's talking about Hulk. Imagine getting a Hulk book and you go with the all green and black or the purple and green. Say you get like a sweet Spider-Gwen or like a Venom Gwen cover and you get the purple and black, or like, that's awesome. That's a cool option. I like that. I don't know what the prices are though.
That they're going for. It doesn't have to be purely for comic book collectors. It could be for shelf design, or maybe I have a back wall where I have a pop figurine with some other like Hulk posters, and I want everything to match and I want everything to be green. They offer that customization, which I think is something that is very, very ownable to them, and is actually really nice to offer the comic book market, which is not what you can say for CBCS, because I'm not really sure what they stand for. Anyways, that's all I got for this video. That was CBCS's recent announcement. What do you guys think about CBCS? What do you guys think about this announcement?
No, that's a great video. That was a great video. He did a good job on that. I like Swag's stuff. He always makes good stuff. He always makes really good content. Go check him out. Give him a thumbs up. Watch the video if you want to rewatch some stuff. Like I said, once this stream's done, I'm going to put his info down below in the description. I'm going to put his Kickstarter in there too. I had some more videos for you guys, but we are at 7 o'clock. We've been live for 2 hours now. So let me... so I'm going to be wrapping it up now with that one. I really appreciate everyone hanging out this Friday night. That was a ton of fun. EGS might be something to look forward to in the future. I don't know what their prices are. Maybe we'll check that out in next Friday's stream. But I really like those options. And thank you again, everybody. If you're interested, I've got my Patreon listed down below. If you want to help support the channel, you get early access to my videos. You get Discord access as well. This month's giveaway. I keep talking about it. I always forget. This month's giveaway, I'm going to be giving away Go-Go Power Rangers. This is book 1, hell of a read. This is going to be the giveaway for this month's Patreon, and I might actually include something else in it as well. Let me know if you guys have any questions about it. Feel free to reach out to me. Next Wednesday, I'm going to be live with The Experience, 6 p.m. EST. I got all their links down below in the description as well. Go have fun with your family. Thank you all so much for hanging out this evening. I have a blast doing it with you guys. I got my Sunday video coming out, and then Tuesday I'm going live talking about all the upcoming new releases. And then we'll be back again next Friday doing this again with you guys. I'll have some cool videos, some other good news. But thank you again, everybody. And yeah, that's it. Have a good weekend. Have fun.